A bipartisan election board just found probable cause that the richest man on earth bribed voters in Wisconsin with checks on stage. Meanwhile, the vice president goes on Rogan and pleads guilty to bad messaging. And the Pentagon, mid-war, announces it's checking everyone's testosterone. This and more on today's episode of Bag Society. As we all know, JD Vance, our esteemed vice president, whom we all love and adore and admire, went on Joe Rogan just the other day. Couple hits from his podcast. Of course, the Epstein comms were bad. He admits it, fully admits it. No movement on the rest of those files, though. At least they can admit they did something wrong. Ask for forgiveness, do nothing to fix it. He also said he would release it all. Still no word on that, but we're good to go. I know my co-host S watched the whole thing. What are your thoughts on it, man?
I'm tired of these puppets that are trying to protect the 1% class, and it's getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand. If you fall for this stuff, Joe Rogan, I appreciate him. He did a lot of pushback.
Did he now?
You know what I mean? He did. He did a lot of pushback because he's just protecting. He is the protector. He is the shield.
So he's just a mouthpiece right now, just protecting the Epstein class, his I guess his tech puppet masters. We all know that's true. I mean, allegedly, but come on. So is JD still your guy though, right? He's got to still be your guy. He says all the right things.
This one, he walked a lot of stuff back, so it was kind of crazy, honestly.
What do you mean walked stuff back?
Okay, so remember when they said Israel discovered a plot that Iran was going to assassinate Donald Trump?
Yeah.
I think that's because Donald Trump and JD Vance low-key was going like, hey, we don't, this and that. They were talking crap about Israel online, like famously. And then JD Vance said Qatar has more influence on our politicians than Israel does. You know what I mean? He was exactly.
Wait, he said that?
100%.
When they were flying a Qatari jet?
Yep.
That's pretty ironic.
It is insane. So he walked a lot of Israel stuff back. He was saying that it is kind of true. He was saying how like other countries are trying to influence our politicians, but Israel is. Of course, right? But Israel is just a minor thing. They don't control like 80% of Congress and 80% of the Senate, and they don't have AIPAC, and they don't have all this and that. So he walked all of that stuff back, which was kind of
he got amazing. The call, dude. He got the call.
The handlers came in. They were like, White House chief of staff was like, all right, we're gonna have to sit your ass down. You're making us look bad.
That's what I'm saying is like,
now he's either now seriously thinking about 2028 or he's already resigned the fact that like he's not going to win. So he's just going to be the yes man.
I don't think there's no chance he can win. There's no chance he can win. Unless Elon Musk puts in $500 billion in his campaign, which is probably already a done deal. And that would be the only way that he can win.
I could see Elon backing him pretty easily, but
that's Peter Thiel's guy.
It is Peter Thiel's guy. I'm just wondering when we're going to be collectively tired of this, of their little puppets from Silicon Valley throwing up.
I'm to the boomers out there. We're here.
Well, the boomers can't last forever, man.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. It's a generational thing because it's the 50 mark. If you're above 50, you're falling for it. But honestly, there's more people that are above 50 that are under 50. And it's like, bro, they drank the Kool-Aid for too long. They ate the food for too much. And they're just now getting used to the internet. And it's like, bro, when is enough enough? When are you going to stop with this buying into the propaganda?
I don't know, man.
Because they think we're propagandized, but it's like, bro, look at this. Look what is happening.
The TV said this Great American State Fair was packed. You couldn't
I
even
swear
get
to
in
God.
there. They said it was packed.
I already forgot about that.
What are you talking about, man? That was America. Dude, that was Freedom 250, man. How could you forget about it? They even had a form. Didn't they have like a Grand Prix like just the other day?
Oh, the Indy race, right?
Yeah.
Like, IndyCar race, yeah, something like that.
Yeah, they just had it the other day. I didn't watch it. I don't know. It seemed like the World Cup was a little more important at the time, but you know,
The World Cup is
yeah.
kinda cool, though. It is pretty cool. It also tells you that it's just politics that makes people hate one another because everybody else has been pretty chill.
Everyone is chill, but yeah, we have a huge division in our politics right now, especially when you have just so many paid people in bot farms that are just like, gotta rage bait all day, every day, rage bait now. Find the
I
most nichest thing you can find and then rage bait like it's the next, crisis.
How
Like,
crazy is it, though, that in the FIFA World Cup, it's Spain versus Argentina?
dude, that sucks.
I went
Wha
to an Irish pub last night to watch the game. It was
Oh,
pretty fun
no.
watching all the
English?
England lovers just kind of have their hearts torn out. It
Dude,
was
because
awesome,
they
Yeah.
dropped the ball at the last second, bro.
dude.
They didn't wanna win enough. They
They
didn't
said
wanna win enough.
FIFA they said FIFA stands for "Fix It for Argentina."
Ev Everybody likes Lionel Messi, man. It's weird. Everyone loves that guy. Personally, I can't stand Argentina. Apparently, Argentina can't stand Argentina because their peso is worthless right now. So we'll
On the
see.
on the conspiracy side,
I hope
it's
Spain wins, by the way.
but hold on, though. This is the crazy part. On the conspiracy side, you have Argentina, which is an extremely pro-Zionist country, and then Spain, which is an anti-extreme country.
Are you saying the fix is in?
No, I'm just saying it's pretty interesting how it just turned out that way. You know what
Yes.
I mean?
Spain is
So
Spain is definitely like a little bit of an antagonist country.
so it's pretty cool. I gotta do my history on Argentina, though, because there's so many, like, connections there that I don't think
Argentina
it's
has an interesting history compared to like other South American states. It's pretty It's pretty crazy. Like, a
it
lot of its
it
history has been erased too, and not in a good way. And not to mention, like, whew, I mean, there was a reason a lot of people thought Hitler went to Argentina, right?
Mhm.
yeah,
And a lot
and
of
I
that is
mean,
prevalent today.
yeah, a lotta yeah. It's so crazy because it's like, if you see the patterns in World War II, you can see the patterns here, which is, like, in World War III, and I mean, it's just playing out the same way, and it's just kinda crazy. It's like, what's going on in Argentina? You know, what's in Argentina that is
Argentina's
just
the new
so
Germany.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure. Maybe one day, who knows? All right, moving on. As we all know, back in the 2024 election, Elon Musk was having his little contest that if you register to vote at his rally, you were going to be put in a raffle to win $1 million.
Oh, yeah.
$1
Forgot about
million
that.
from to help, of course, to and his rallies were, of course, we're helping the party that likes to blame the other side for liking free shit and shit handed to you, of course. But it looks like Elon Musk likely broke the law by promising voters $1 million payouts. At least that's what the Wisconsin court has determined. So
What law was that?
probably probably just election integrity. One of those laws in
Now
there.
now, do we think Elon Musk is a Bond villain?
I mean, he could be if he wanted to be, right? I mean, like, what's stopping him from buying an evil lair and just
I guarantee you he
he
has an
has
evil
minions.
lair
He
in a
has minions,
volcano.
dude.
He has an evil lair in a
His
volcano. He
evil
probably has one underwater.
Okay, no.
He probably has one on the
He's
moon.
got a
He prob
secret pit of sharks with laser beams attached to
with
their
laser
head.
beams. This guy is all the way Elon Musk, friend of the show, by the way. But still, though, this guy is what is going on with this guy?
I don't know, like, I don't know what his end game even is anymore. Like, I tried to predict what he would, like, do and shit like that, like, especially after the Twitter buyout, but it's just like, I just kinda stopped because it's just like he's just always doing something, right?
Yeah, man, I have no idea anymore. It's just Nothing makes sense.
Nothing makes sense. I think he fastens himself his own little kingmaker for sure.
It does seem like he's kind of taken a little bit of a step back. But like, it's just what is going on? This whole world is crazy right now. It's just crazy.
It is crazy. I mean, he's like promoting a lot of like racism now on Twitter with like that Citizen Vigilante movie. I don't know if you guys seen it. From friend of the show, UA Ball. He made a movie about like you've heard of it, right? The Citizen Vigilante.
Yeah, I heard about it.
Basically, it's like killing migrants. I watched like an hour
Isn't
of
it starring Armie Hammer?
Armie Hammer, yes, of Social Network fame, right? That movie.
Yeah.
Which, like, he's not a horrible actor, right? He's not terrible, but the movie was definitely made terribly. It was just bad. It was really bad. It was really bad. And also, it didn't make any sense, like, especially where the movie was taking place. Like, it would have, like, German signs, and then it would have, like, French signs, and then, but every anchor is speaking, like, British English.
Hold on, what's this movie called?
Citizen Vigilante. It's basically this wealthy landlord from America moved to Europe to do landlord things. So basically, our co-host over here, and apparently he noticed that migrants are just killing all the white people. So he's like, "Oh, I gotta do something about this." It's basically it's a movie not actually meant for Europeans. It's meant for the American idea of what Europe is. It's definitely shown that way. Like, it is meant for Americans who've only seen Europe through Twitter.
I heard
like, it really is, dude.
I heard something about this, the main character on that film.
Armie Hammer?
Yeah. I heard his family was involved in killing the czars. The like the last czars, and stealing jewelry, and then taking the diamonds from Russia to New York. But I will say this, my source was Candace Owens, so I don't know if it's true or not.
So it's Armie Hammersky? Hammerisky?
Well, wasn't his family does have some kind of crazy history, and so does he. Because they like made a whole movie about it and kind of like tanked his career for a long time.
I thought
the movie's called like House of Hammer or something like that.
I just looked it up. It says his paternal grandfather was an oil tycoon and philanthropist.
I don't think the Bolsheviks were a fan of him.
Whose parents were Jewish immigrants to the USA from the Russian Empire. So I mean, she could have validity in that story, that they took all the diamonds from the czars and moved them over to New York.
I mean, I don't know about that, but like rich people, landlords, tycoons leaving to America from a communist revolution isn't unheard of. It's happened many times. Many times.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We'll put an asterisk around his name because we're not sure about this guy.
Is Candace calling him a Bolshevik though?
Is who?
Saying the Hammer family's like a Bolshevik? I mean,
it's implied.
Apparently he has a Jewish background, so I'm sure she probably is. But like,
well, it says he's half Jewish, I think. But I mean,
I'm just saying because it's Candace Owens, like she's gonna see Jewish and be like, yeah, that's a Trotskyite, that's a Leninist right there. But even though his family's like descendant of an oil tycoon, which doesn't really fit, that doesn't track, because oil tycoons weren't trying to be communist at the time. It's kind of antithetical to what they believe.
Well, I guess too that it says right here that his father was an early activist for the U.S. Communist Party in New York.
That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't track.
Yeah, that seems weird.
Why
I don't know.
A tycoon, an oil tycoon wouldn't bump for communism. Tycoons tried to overthrow FDR because they thought he was a communist.
Bro, I'm just reading off of Wikipedia. I don't know if any of this is true.
I just find it interesting. Anyway, so that Citizen Vigilante movie, it's terrible. If you want to see a bad movie, it's a good C movie to watch just to be like, what is going on? Because there's some like crazy shit that goes on. The family is just walking. Next thing you know, African immigrant with a knife, just bam, right in the fucking neck. It's crazy.
Really?
Yeah, dude. There's like a scene where he puts himself into like this armored box, right? Think like an armored like tank or something inside of a building, right? And the Polizei comes and he's like there's like 2 holes in this tank and he's holding like 2 AK-47s and just mows him the fuck down, though. The Polizei obviously saw that tank and started shooting at it because, that's what you would do, not, take cover or anything like that. So they just get mowed down. Wait,
great. So where does it take place?
I don't know. It's just Europe Town. That's what I called it.
Like that.
Because again, it was like German signs and then French billboards, and the newscasters for this country were speaking British English. So Europe Town. Again, written for an American audience who only live on Twitter. They don't know what the fuck the difference is between these countries. Let's be real here.
You know what movie I just recently watched? Back to the Future. Oh my God, that is such a
classic.
Dude.
Did you not see his comments on Signal about it?
No, why?
No, Chris.
What? Wait, did I see what?
Scott asked if the Back to the Future trilogy is a good trilogy.
When did he say this?
Yesterday, probably after you went to bed.
Oh,
bro. I see where Rick and Morty came from. Dude, Back to the Future.
It was so blatant the moment it came out.
Dude, Rick and Morty. Rick and Morty's good, but Back to the Future.
Really I totally okay. I didn't read this message. I was getting confused when you were talking about Rick and Morty.
Back to the Future, great movie, great trilogy.
Great.
Yeah,
I mean, I just built the DeLorean. I got it.
Oh my God, dude!
Have you never seen that movie before?
I mean, you see it when you're a kid, when you have zero understanding, and then once you leave, and you face the world and you get more experience, and then you have understanding, and then you go and watch it again, and you're like, masterpiece,
dude! It's a high school movie. It's like a high school movie. It's a young adult movie. It's not that deep, bro.
I mean, I can watch it over and over again. It's a good movie.
It is a good movie. That's the power of love, man.
But here's the thing too. Here's the thing too. How big is Biff in that movie, bro? Biff is a big dude. I'm sitting there like, there's no way. I would be like George McFly. I would be like, I'll get your homework done too, sir.
Get your damn hands off her.
He's always knocking on the dude's head. Biff was a big guy, dude. He was a big guy.
Oh, McFly.
Yeah, Biff is the bad guy for sure. Yeah, 100%, dude.
He had to have been like 6'3", 220. Bro.
Maybe, I don't know. But then when he plays his old self, he's like really small.
He is small.
Over.
True.
Yeah, but he's like, he's old and withered and rich and don't care anymore.
So is it more just like perspective on how they make him look bigger?
True, because Marty McFly is like, he's got to be like 5'6", 5'7".
Yeah. Michael J. Fox is a tiny guy.
Yeah, I don't think.
And he's constantly and Biff has got to have like 50 pounds on him, and he's just constantly just looking up, breaking his neck. Like, dude, Biff was intimidating. Biff was extremely intimidating. So I get it. I understand.
I thought you were going to talk about like the plot. Instead, you're just talking about Biff, like my main man Biff over there. Mad respect for Biff over here.
Well, I mean, the plot too is crazy because what if Elon broke?
He also got like the future gambling statistics.
You know what I'm saying? He probably changed
almanac
their time.
Or whatever.
Bro, you cannot tell me with the Mandela effect that our timeline has not been changed. Like, this is look around. Look.
I mean, if you think about it, he did just kind of buy Tesla for no reason.
You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of crazy.
He made all that money from PayPal and then kind of put it in some weird places.
Started making the right moves somehow. Serendipitously.
Same with Peter Thiel.
And Zip.
What kind of 19-year-old knows about a Roth RIA and then puts all your money. A what?
It's IRA. No.
All right, just
a Roth
an IRA.
IPA. My favorite beer.
What kind of 19-year-old knows about an RIA and then puts all his money?
So
you know what I mean?
So you're saying Peter Thiel and Elon Musk are basically Biff? Like someone went back to the future and just completely fucked everything up. There's some Doc Brown out there. Some future selves. There's a Marty McFly out there. A fucking a fucking Doc Brown out there. They had their little DeLorean and they ran into Elon Musk somehow in South Africa or something, or maybe in college in Pennsylvania.
100%. 100%. Same with Donald Trump. Look what I mean.
I would say Biff is more like Trump than anyone else.
What is Donald Trump's uncle known for?
His uncle?
Yeah.
I don't know. What's he
taking all? Oh, dude. Donald Trump's uncle is known for taking all of Tesla's stuff. Nikola Tesla stuff.
That's what that guy. Yeah. When they raided his house after he died or whatever. Yeah.
Tesla could have been on to something.
Maybe he was poor as fuck, dude, and living in poverty. Do you see the pictures of him at the end of life? He looks bad.
Yeah, that's looking rough.
The only things he had that was rateable was just doodles and a couple papers. It's not like he had that much. I'm not saying Tesla wasn't a genius or anything, but he was kind of a broken man at the end of his life.
Stop it.
He was. Stop. You don't live in a shitty fucking rundown rat-filled apartment in New York and you're not hiding some fucking miraculous human event in there.
No, that's because you guys are corrupt. Not everything is about materialism.
Apparently everything is about doodles on a paper of a dying man in poverty.
You're saying the smartest person in the past 2 centuries, and you're going to say...
that's subjective. His big contribution was just AC current, right? He lit
time travel.
He lit up Chicago.
Dude, you need to do your research on Nikola Tesla.
It's not like he even invented DC. DC was the first, and he didn't invent that.
I think there is...
He just perfected it.
A great documentary on Tesla on Gaia TV. Because that's right up Scott's alley. And I think it has to do with the Anunnaki.
Of course it does.
Tesla Tower.
Of course it does.
I think there's
Gaia,
a great documentary.
Of
course it does.
Gaia.
Dude, your main guy. Your main guy. Professor Dave, right? He came out with a new one, a new video today about Michael Button.
No.
Yeah. I knew it was coming. You showed me that Michael Button video. I was like, oh, that's a fraud.
Professor Dave is a fraud.
Who is Michael Button?
He's another Graham disciple.
I don't know who Michael Button is.
You showed me his Rogan episode.
Hold on.
It was a couple months ago. But he's another Graham Hancock disciple. Basically a British guy. He's basically a British guy. For some reason, British YouTubers all look the same, I've noticed. And he's another British guy that's just archaeology. Lied to you. Archaeology.
But here's
everything is way older, guys. Everything is way older. Atlantis, Indonesia. It's in Indonesia, guys. Atlantis is in Indonesia.
That makes sense.
Yeah, makes total sense, man. In Java.
Here's the thing, though. Professor Dave, has he gone to any of these archaeological sites?
Maybe, I don't know.
No, he hasn't. But this guy, he has. You're talking about guys that are going out into the world, looking for their own self and thinking for themselves, and then coming out and telling the world what they found. And then you have a guy named Professor Dave that has 4 million followers.
A lot of followers.
Crying.
A lot of followers.
You know what, Scott?
That is a lot of
You
followers.
have a freaking point, dude. You have a point. You know what? I went to the Tower of London when I was going to Stuttgart, right? And one of the things I wanted to look at, because I knew they had it, was an old wall piece of a Roman wall. And I wanted to see a piece of Rome. And you know what? I think it was way older. I don't think Professor Dave saw it. So I'm going to say that wall was probably 100,000 years old.
Okay. That's just your opinion.
But like everyone knows if you just visit the place as a tourist, that makes you an expert. I'm an expert on Stuttgart.
Me too.
They have something called a TK Maxx.
Bro. Bro.
I just drove past TK Maxx today.
That's my place, man. I was just like, there's no way this is actually TJ Maxx. It is. What the fuck? Why? Why change the name?
Well, they have to because they don't have the letter. They don't call it the letter J, so it wouldn't sound right. It would be like T-Yacht Max.
That sounds great to me.
TJ Maxx.
So, but the K is just K, so it's TK Maxx because it's just easier for them to say.
That's so funny, dude. That's so funny. Because I was just like, there's no way that's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
But going back, that makes me an expert, right? Because if you go as a tourist, that's pretty much an archaeologist. Which is what Michael Button does.
Why is there so many people coming out and saying, hey, this is this, and you are stuck on one guy that's saying no?
What?
If you have a lot of people going to places and then coming back and telling you what they found.
There isn't a lot of people doing that. For some reason, they keep coming from the same orbit. Isn't that kind of weird? They keep coming from the same pipeline? Is that not a red flag?
As a skeptic, you should say anything is possible, right? As a skeptic? Yeah. So why are you solidified on your answer?
Because just because you can question things doesn't mean you should believe anyone that questions it.
I think
there's. You're muted. I don't know what he's saying, but I'm sure he's making a great point.
You have to repeat yourself.
I said that was a great point because you do seem to like to only go with the contrarian.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
No.
Yes.
I go with the question.
You go with you do go with the contrarian more times than not.
Because the reason why I do
and 9 times out of 10, that contrarian has no idea what he's talking about.
No. The reason why I do that is because once you start questioning everything, you realize that everything is corrupt.
They question the contrarian.
I do question the contrarian. But it's the question. It's the fact that you question it is more important than having the answer.
You don't need to question everything, man.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't. Do you need to question that air exists?
Can you see it?
Do you need to question that we're on planet Earth?
Let me ask you.
Do you need to question that humanity really exists?
Nikola Tesla says that we live in a realm. We don't live on Earth.
Nikola Tesla said a lot of things, but again, like his big contribution to humanity was just AC current. Like I think he's a genius too, but when you boil it down, that's just kind of it. You know?
Are you kidding me? Albert Einstein said. He's not this. Albert Einstein said.
Albert Einstein came up with his theories in his mid-20s and just palled around New England for like 50 years.
So you're saying Albert Einstein isn't smart?
I'm not saying he's not smart. I'm just saying, like, when you boil it down, like, they're usually famous for just a handful of things, you know?
Dude, all I'm saying, Nikola Tesla is smart. Genius. He could come up with an invention just in his mind itself.
Like
that's crazy.
That is crazy. But like, where are they?
They're all suppressed. They're all hidden because Donald Trump's uncle went in there and took it all.
I agree. I created time travel. It's just suppressed.
Everybody can time travel.
I know. Thanks to me. It's just suppressed.
Which we
So I pulled up a list of Nikola Tesla's accomplishments. He did have the Niagara Falls hydroelectric plant. He built that in 1895.
What about the radio wave? The radio.
Fundamental radio patents covering tune circuits and resonance. Radio remote control he created.
In early 1900s, radio remote control. That's kind of crazy.
He had 300 patents across 26 countries.
Yeah, but patents, just like with Terrence Howard, patents don't really mean anything.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Didn't all his patents
Oh,
expire?
I love Terrence. Terrence Howard is the Nikola Tesla of our time, bro.
Oh, whatever. At least Nikola Tesla was real.
What?
It actually did
Terrence
real
Howard
shit.
is a real person. I've seen him in movies.
Yeah, but I mean,
Did you not see Iron
prove-
Man?
He did
But-
prove some mathematical,
All these people think
Equations.
outside the box.
Well, that's
They're
the
all
only way to really invent
creative.
things, isn't it? Come up with earth-shattering discoveries. Is thinking outside the box, innovating what's already there, which Tesla did. Very good at that. Like how he innovated AC from DC.
That's your only thing.
Oh, it looks like he was. He also might have been one of the guys developing X-ray around the same time as Röntgen. And he warned early about radiation hazards after burns he observed. Interesting. Tesla actually did a lot of shit. Holy fuck.
He did a lot. He was a genius. But you don't hear about him because he was suppressed.
I mean, he's one of the more famous inventors in the world.
Yeah, I mean, his name's on a fucking car brand.
Well, and when you think of Tesla, what do you think of?
His tomb is actually pretty cool too.
They're literally renaming history in real time. Because when you think of Tesla, you don't think about Nikola Tesla. You think about Elon Musk.
And then wasn't there another electric company that the brand was Nikola? Weren't they making like trucks, like electric trucks?
Semis?
Yeah,
electric semis.
Yeah. Didn't they get like sued because all their fucking trucks were just rolling down a hill?
Yeah, it was like all fake.
Yeah, it was like fake. Yeah, I remember that. I would say, I would agree with Scott on definitely in more recent history, like a lot of like Edison's, credence was moved to Tesla. That was definitely a modern thing for sure.
And what he was trying to do was give everybody free electricity.
He did do that. He did not patent the AC current.
Mm-hmm.
That was good. He gave it to Westinghouse,
which was
a big mistake.
Yeah, which was not a great idea.
Was not the best idea, but it was either that or apparently Westinghouse. It was like something like Westinghouse couldn't afford it with the patent, so he was like, fuck it, fuck the patent then.
All right, but for this, right? If Elon Musk,
and I'm pretty sure that Niagara Falls that was Westinghouse, right?
I think it was.
Well, he was getting all his funding for his big projects from Westinghouse. But
yeah, because Edison screwed him.
So if Nikola Tesla was able to give out free electricity, right? Why do we pay for electricity?
Because someone has to generate it.
Because it can be metered, right?
It can be metered, but also someone needs to generate it. You can't just generate it out of thin air,
Because everything in our infrastructure in this society has to generate money, right? Because it's a control system. I'm just saying. You got to break through the same with archaeology lately. You know what I mean? Everything that you learned about Egypt, wrong.
Oh my God. Come on, dude. You don't even learn about Egypt.
Everything. You know what I mean?
Everything about Egypt is definitely not wrong. The pyramids are definitely there. The Sphinx is definitely there.
What year was the pyramids built?
2500 BC.
What does BC stand for?
Before Christ.
So
would you like BCE?
Whose timeline is that?
Archaeologist timeline.
No, it's the Vatican's timeline.
How is that the Vatican's timeline?
Before Christ.
It was definitely there. Okay, that's just the timeline, dude.
All I'm saying is.
Sorry. 2500 BCE before Common Era. Is that better?
So let me ask you this. Why is it everything in BC myths and legends?
No.
Most things are.
No.
That's not true at all.
What are you talking about, dude?
Bro.
Are you saying Julius Caesar is a myth and legend? He definitely existed. Alexander?
No.
Cleopatra was BC.
What I'm saying is like every creation story is a myth or a legend from other ancient civilizations. Why is that?
Wait, say that again?
Every creation story from ancient civilizations are myth and legends. Why is that?
Yeah, because it's people trying to interpret how they were created. So obviously it's going to be a myth, right? Because they didn't know about like evolution or anything like that back then.
Hold on. So you believe in evolution? Bro.
Yeah.
What? I don't understand where this is going.
I don't know where this is going. Like, you're just like, why are creation stories myth? Well, because it's a creation story.
No, I'm saying.
I don't think anyone witnessed the creation.
This is what I'm saying. I'm saying, if you're living in the Vatican timeline, in the BC, right? And then you come across an ancient culture and they're coming up with a different creation story than the Vatican timeline. It's a myth or a legend. And it didn't happen.
I mean, a lot of people consider Genesis a myth.
No, they don't.
Yeah, a lot of people do. You actually think Adam and Eve existed? That Eve was created by a rib of Adam? And they were living in this Garden of Eden? And a snake convinced them to eat an apple?
Tell me 2 billion people believe, 2 billion people in the church are going to sit there and you're going to tell me that they think that the creation story
The Vatican acknowledges evolution. Ever since Vatican II, yeah.
I don't think anybody actually thinks that the creation story is truthful in any way. Considering when you read it, all the people in Genesis lived for like hundreds of years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hundreds.
And do you think all of humanity just came from 2 people?
It's pretty tough to do, especially when their kids were both sons.
Yeah. Both sons, right? And that kind of means that, like, if they did have a sister, they were just fucking each other.
Well, no, that's. I'm glad you guys questioned that. No, I'm glad you guys questioned that because it's like, yeah, Cain and Abel both went and got wives. From who? From where?
Yeah,
and Abel was killed and before he had children.
Yeah.
But 2 billion people that are in that religion believe that wholeheartedly.
No, they don't. Nobody believes that.
I don't. I would be hard pressed to say like the majority of Catholics actually believe that. What? Do you not
talking about, dude?
Look, even if we drop the myth, it is technically a legend, you know, right?
Whatever.
How is this controversial to say?
Nah, I just want y'all to connect some dots, and these dots are not connected.
Bro, you think the way we just denote time is a Vatican conspiracy just because there's BC in it?
100%. That's a timeline.
It's just how we tell time. It's just how we tell ages. It's not, even if the Vatican can go away tomorrow, but that doesn't stop 2500 BC from being 4,500 years ago.
Okay, who started the calendar that we use right now?
The Gregorian calendar.
Yeah.
Right. That was in the same time as the church, right?
Yeah, they were Jesuits, right?
Right.
Who runs the Vatican?
The Pope?
No, dude, stop it. You stop it right now. You know the Jesuits run the Vatican. You stop.
The Jesuit? You think the Jesuits run the Vatican?
Dude, we went through 100%. A lot of calendar changes, but that didn't stop how we dated things, right? It's just how we tell time, man. And the only reason we use like the Gregorian calendar and stuff is because during like the Dark Ages and medieval times, a lot of education came from the priest class.
How come we don't use?
It's also just very accurate. It's a very accurate calendar.
Okay, but how come we don't use the moon as the calendar?
A lunar calendar? I mean, the Chinese do.
Well, how come we don't? Why? Because I'm only saying that is because we can have 13 months of 28 days. Why don't we do that?
Dude, okay. I don't know why you're harping on this, but even if we change the calendar to the lunar, it's still going to be 4,500 years ago. Like, it's not going to change, right?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Like, this doesn't change anything, dude. It's still roughly that age.
Maybe one too many glasses, whatever that is.
It's Guinness, apparently.
Of Guinness? Of Guinness?
Is it the Guinness Blonde?
It is the Guinness Blonde.
That's pretty good.
It's a Baltimore brew.
All I'm saying is
I just don't know what the point is. Like,
nah, dude. Because this is the point. Archaeologically, right? The Vatican went in, conquered the world, right? Made everybody submit to their timeline, and then any ancient culture that came up with their own creation myth was either a myth or a legend, and they had to bow down to Genesis.
Dude, BC and AD has nothing to do with this.
I'm just saying.
It has nothing to do with it. Just means stuff that happened after Christ and before. That's it.
Is that not a timeline?
But it doesn't change anything. There's nothing that's that weird in BC.
The Earth has still gone around the sun 4,500 times since.
I understand that. Okay.
I don't think you do understand that, actually.
No, I do understand.
That's the confusing part.
So if you live back then, you're just gonna be like, oh, the timeline is 44,967 BC. Is that how you're gonna tell time?
Back then?
Yeah, back then.
Before the current calendar was made?
Yeah.
No, they probably had a different way to do it. They probably pegged it to a different style. Like,
so do you think they would? So do you think they would add a year or subtract a year?
What? What are you talking about?
Yeah, I don't, dude. It doesn't stop the Earth's rotation, right?
It doesn't stop the Earth rotation, but it matters about when the beginning started. So you're trying to tell me the beginning started at 5,000 BC. And then every day, everybody knew that they were just going to subtract the year. So instead of 5,000 BC, it's 4,999. And they're not going to add a year. They're just going to subtract.
That's just how we do it, because that's how you lead up to BC, to AD.
I'm just going to say, dude.
Whose timeline is that?
Dude, we're splitting hairs right now. This is splitting hairs. This doesn't stop the pyramids. This doesn't stop anything.
It has a lot to do with the pyramids.
How? Please tell me. What does this have to do about the pyramids?
Because they're using the Vatican timeline to date the pyramids.
Okay, let's say we change to new calendar. Let's say every 2 years is actually 1 year. That's still 2,000 years, bro. That's still 220.
But you're telling me that BC makes sense to you.
Why? It doesn't matter. You sure?
Here's the thing, right? Back then,
it'd be kind of annoying to like find out more years, because archaeology does change. It's not as rigid as people would like you to believe. And we'd have to keep pushing back the year of where we actually are if we just kept doing increments, right? It would be kind of annoying, right? Because, like, let's say we believe human history started 10,000 years ago, and the year right now is 10,021. Let's say that the year is 10,021. We're just going back to when human history we think started, and then we find out, oh, it's a little older than that. Actually, 1,100 years old. That means we have to change the date, right? So we're not actually living in the year 10,021. We're living in the year 11,021, right? That'd be kind of annoying, right?
Oh, so is that why they just subtract everything?
Well, yeah, because you don't need to change anything with AD and BC, because we just denote saying, hey, our current modern era is after death of Jesus Christ. So it starts at 0 and we keep incrementing. No matter how much history we find in BC that we keep uncovering from human history, our year stays the same because it just reset it. We picked a reset point.
Okay. See, that makes sense. That's very understandable. But then when you date something like at 25,000 BC, and it's like, oh, snap, actually, this is like 10, 15,000 years later, than what we thought it was, you have a lot of pushback from these people that have degrees.
Yeah, because they want proof, and there's usually never any.
Well, there's no proof that what's its name built those pyramids.
No, there's plenty of proof. That Khufu built the pyramids. We have papyri. We have carbon dating of the mortar.
If there was so much proof, then there wouldn't be a discussion.
There shouldn't be. Actually, you're right. You're absolutely right. You actually stumbled on the conclusion.
But there is. That's why there's no. That's the problem.
That is the problem. So let's say, dude, I don't believe you exist, Scott. I think you're a figment of my imagination.
I am actually, technically.
If I'm having this conversation, that means, we can't discount it, right?
We are having this conversation.
We are having this conversation. So I guess, you existing is not set in stone as we thought.
What are we talking about?
Yeah, I don't know what we're talking about.
Now. I don't even know where we are.
Exactly. But what I'm saying
after hours.
Well, what I'm saying is like, when it comes to archaeology, right?
God, you're so good at that.
Thank you. I try. That it's not set in stone, like you said. And then when there's a new discovery that's pushing it back,
which there never is.
There's a lot of new discovery.
No, there's not.
All I'm saying is it's corrupt. I wouldn't believe it.
I know.
Do you think our educational system is perfect? They're not corrupt?
I don't think it's perfect at all.
But do you think it's corrupt? Do you think there's propaganda? There's a narrative?
Not as much as people like to believe.
Okay. Do you think our food is corrupt?
I don't think food is inherently corrupt.
Okay, Professor Dave.
Okay. Is that
what
mean to say?
Because I mean, like, dude, do you think we live in a society, right, that is basically at all costs trying to subdue us, to make us weak at all times? Everything is corrupt to make us modern day slaves, to keep us where we're at.
So you're saying like all of this is to keep us modern day slaves for the corrupt system, just like archaeology, because like if they can keep us as slaves, we can build the second coming of the pyramids, basically.
Or maybe the people that made the pyramids weren't slaves and they left.
You're almost hitting the truth there. You're almost hitting the truth. They weren't slaves. You're right.
They weren't slaves.
They weren't.
And so they would embody the whole freedom in that society.
Okay. It's a good place to leave it. Thank you guys so much for listening to Back Society. This is Jay signing off.
This is your boy S.
This is B Money. Catch you later.
Catch you later.